My American Dream by Juliana Gallegos. I remember that evening when we were arriving in Houston, Texas. I remember it as if it were yesterday. I was very excited. I saw huge highways that were impressive, some high and some really low. I felt as if I were on a roller coaster. Papa told us that those highways were known as freeways. Cars of all sizes and colors sped by as if they were in a race. Although I was moving from Monterrey, Nuevo Leon, Mexico, a large city, it was definitely very different from Houston. The downtown area of Monterrey has a huge plaza that is always filled with people and an old neighborhood with ancient colonial buildings. Downtown Houston, on the other hand, seemed like the world of the future, full of skyscrapers wrapped in glass and mirrors, with hardly any people walking in the streets. Dad, are we going to live in this city? Yes, Julie. Do you like it? I don't know. It's very different. What's most surprising is how few people there are walking on the streets. Mom, have you been here before? Yes, a few times, but just to visit. I really don't know the city very well. My brother and I were fascinated. We couldn't stop looking out the car window to see everything around us. Everything rushed by in a flash. Dad, what does our apartment look like? I'm really excited. What floor are we going to live on? There aren't many apartments in Monterey, right, Dad? You're right. There are more houses than apartments. Our apartment is big, with 3 bedrooms, a bathroom, a living room, and a kitchen. It's smaller than our house in Monterey, but the best thing is that we'll have a swimming pool. Wow, awesome. Hey, Dad, when will we register for school? Asked Alfredo. Tomorrow, son. What school will we go to? Asked Alfredo. You're going to go to one near our apartment. Have you been to the school, Dad? I asked as I looked out the window at a neighborhood full of leafy green trees. Yes, it's nice. There's your school, see it? We're a few blocks away from our apartment, Dad said, and turned on a street. Our apartment was on the 3rd floor, so after unloading all our boxes, we were completely exhausted. In the suitcases and boxes, we brought a lot of things from our house in Monterey. We brought photographs that were taken when we were little, but we couldn't bring a lot of toys. My brother brought his teddy bear, Michi, because he had had it since he was 2. Michi was like part of our family. The first time that I woke up in the new apartment, I was surprised to see that my bedroom had changed, and I remembered that we now lived in the United States in an apartment. I had to remind myself that our apartment was on the 3rd floor and that we did not have our own yard anymore. A few weeks later, we went to school to get the supply list. We did not know that schools in the United States ask you to purchase a school package for your school year. In Monterey, we would be given a list, and we had to go store by store buying what we needed. When we went to the grocery store, Mom bought 2 school packages, one for my brother and one for me. I got the 4th grade one, and he got the one labeled kindergarten. I woke up early on the first day of school and immediately took a shower because I wanted Mom to do my hair and make it cute. I wanted to make a good impression. Mom, will you do my hair, please? Of course, Julie. Come here, sit down. Mom, I'm so excited. I want you to fix my hair really nice. I want you to make me a tiara in my hair with lots of colored rubber bands, will you? Yes, Julie, don't move so that we can finish fast. I don't want you to be late. Mom, I love the red backpack you bought me yesterday. I know that it's your favorite color. As soon as I saw it, I knew you were going to love it. Julie, are you ready? Dad asked from the kitchen. Yes, Dad. I just need to eat breakfast. What did you cook for us, Dad? I heard Alfredo ask from his room. A delicious banana smoothie and quesadillas. Yummy, Alfredo said. I love quesadillas. I know, son. Well, hurry up so that I can go with Mom to drop you off at school on my way to work. Alfredo and I picked up our backpacks, and Dad and Mom helped us with the school packets. Mom and Dad took us to school. First, we went to drop off my little brother in his kindergarten classroom, and then my parents took me to mine. I was not afraid because I had been in a bilingual English-Spanish school in Monterey. My parents introduced me to my teacher and said goodbye with a kiss and a hug. When I walked into my classroom, I thought it was going to be like the one at home. I thought it was going to be small with lots of students, but the classroom was big and there were only a few students. Also, compared to my brother's classroom, mine was very different. When my brother had walked into his classroom, many children spoke to him right away. But when I walked into mine, my classmates only stared at me. I didn't feel comfortable, and I wanted to get out of there and return to my school in Mexico with my friends and teachers. After I closed the door behind me, the teacher called me to the front of the room and introduced me. She asked my classmates to help me because I had recently come from Mexico. She told them it was not going to be easy for me to be in another place with another language and with other friends. When I was in front of the class, I saw how they were staring at me. They looked me up and down as if I were from another planet and not from another country. I felt really bad in front of the entire classroom. No one seemed to care because when the teacher introduced me, some turned around and turned their backs on me. The teacher asked me to sit behind Jorge and next to Shoko. Jorge was Latino and Shoko Japanese. I quickly discovered that the English that I knew was very basic. I couldn't understand anything that was being said. I tried to pay as much attention as I could, but it was impossible to understand what the teacher was saying. I couldn't understand. The teacher spoke so fast that at one point I thought, what am I doing here? How am I going to talk to others? I felt very frustrated. Since George was the only Latino in my class, I thought he could help me understand what the teacher was saying. But each time I tried to talk to him, he acted as though he did not understand me and would not pay attention to me. I noticed that Shoko also had a hard time understanding, but other students did try to help her, and I could not understand why they would not help me. I felt like crying. I wanted to run away. I felt rejected. No one talked to me, and no one tried to help me as they did with Shoko. On the way home, Alfredo and I were very quiet. Children, what's wrong with you? Didn't you like school, Alfredo, Julie? Mama asked. Oh, Mommy, I don't understand my teacher. All the children in my class are really nice, but when the teacher speaks, I feel lost, Alfredo said. You'll see that you will soon understand your teacher. It's all a matter of time. Alfredo hugged Michi. He had left his teddy bear in the car in the morning and looked out the window. What about you, Julie? You're very quiet. Are you feeling sick? I liked school, but no one wanted to hang out with me. That's the way it is everywhere, Julie. Don't worry. You'll see. Later, you'll make lots of friends. I don't know, Mom. They were weird with me. They're very different from my friends in Monterey. We would all talk to each other, and when someone new would come, we would make them feel welcomed. It's not like that here. Maybe that's because they speak another language, sweetheart. Remember that we're in another country and that their traditions are different from ours. You'll soon get used to it. No, Mom. They were nice to Shoko, and she's from Japan, I said, and started to cry. Julie, don't cry, sweetheart. You'll be okay. You have to learn not to feel bad when you go through things like this. It's really hard to come to a new country without any friends and with a new language. Remember that we will always be with you. I know, Mom, but if you knew how it felt to be in my shoes, you'd understand. It's really hard, but we're already here, so I'll still try to do the best I can, I said, wiping the tears from my eyes. Now you're talking, Julie. I love you, Mom. Me too, sweetie, but don't cry anymore, because I prepared your favorite food, mole. Yummy, Alfredo and I said. The next day, I didn't get up as enthusiastically as I had on the first day. I wanted to stay home. As I lay in bed, I thought about my friends and my teacher in Monterey. They were so kind to me. I didn't feel like going to school, but I didn't know how to tell Mom. I was afraid that my classmates would laugh at me. I knew that I could tell Mom, that she would understand, but I remembered that I said I would try my best. Julie, wake up, sweetie, Mom called as she passed by my room on her way to help Alfredo prepare for school. I took a deep breath and quickly got out of bed. Yes, Mom, I'm coming. Hurry up so that you can eat a good breakfast. The school day is longer here, and you need to eat well. Yes, Mom. When Mom saw that I was almost done getting ready, she said, How do you want me to fix your hair today? However you want, Mom. I didn't care about the hairstyle. I wanted a magic wand that would help me change what I didn't understand. Are you still sad? Mom asked as she brushed my hair. I'm not sad. I'm afraid. Julie, don't forget that you're very intelligent. You can achieve many things, anything you want. You have to continue to trust yourself. Don't forget who you are and what you're worth. You're right, Mom. Right now, my main goal is to learn English well. I will pay close attention to my teacher to understand what she says. In my classroom, the teacher talked and talked, and I could not understand her. For an instant, I thought that I was not going to learn English as easily as I thought. Perhaps I would never learn it. I felt like I was holding myself back, that my classmates' mockery was getting to me. Every time that the teacher would ask me something and I would answer incorrectly, everyone would laugh at me. Juliana, you don't understand, right? The teacher asked me in a loud voice because she had already repeated the same thing 5 times. It wasn't my fault. I didn't understand her. With a broken voice and holding back my tears, I answered, No. Don't worry. Come here. I'll lend you some books. I'm certain that if you read these books and study more, things will get easier. But in order for this to work, you need to tell me each time that you don't understand what I'm saying. I don't care if you raise your hand 20 times. I'll always try to help you. Thank you, ma'am, I replied. At that moment, I felt really good. The teacher was the first person in the school who was worried about what was happening to me. I told myself, now I can really get ahead. It wasn't enough to learn English. I had to prove that I could be equal to, or maybe even better than, my classmates. I had to work and work to catch up to the others. And then I had to do even more to be better than them. With a lot of dedication and perseverance, day by day, I was able to learn and understand what was being taught. My brother Alfredo learned English really fast. He and I would study together in the evenings after dinner. We would help each other by sticking post-its with words and phrases all over the house. Not only did we learn, we had fun. Little by little, I started gaining the respect and admiration of my classmates. Within 2 months, I had obtained a good knowledge of English. I could understand and respond with ease when I was asked something. I remember the day when I received a 100 on the reading exam. I was the only student in the entire class with a perfect score. That same week, I also raised my grades in math and science, and my teachers placed an honor roll poster on the outside of the door to my classroom, where my name appeared as Student of the Week. I was really proud of myself, of what I had accomplished, of learning to speak English well, and above all, having shown that I, a Latina, could make my dreams come true. Satisfied with what I had achieved, I realized that things don't fall into place as a result of luck or by chance, but rather because one struggles and perseveres. Other students stopped looking at me in a weird way. They would talk to me. They would ask me for my opinion. And they were interested in knowing who I was and where I was from. I thought I was starting to have friends until the day when a girl in my class invited all the girls to her birthday party, except for me. When that happened, I realized that many of my friends didn't consider me their friends. However, Shoko was really my friend. She was also very responsible and hard-working. We had so many things in common, like learning to speak English. Whenever we would talk, it was as if we had known each other for a long time. We always looked for the chance to spend time with each other. Whenever we would talk, the time seemed to fly by so quickly that we wanted it to just stop. We would even speak on the phone in the evenings and on weekends. Hi, is Julie home? Yes, just a minute, please. Is that you, Shoko? Yes, ma'am. Good evening. Good evening, Shoko. Just a minute. Yuli, it's Shoko. She's calling you. Yes, Mom, I'm on the line. Hi, Shoko. How are you? Fine, Julie. I wanted to invite you to come to my house tomorrow at 4. My parents are going to have a party for my birthday. That's so cool. I don't think there's any problem. I'm sure my parents will let me go. See you soon. I'll go ask for permission. Bye. Bye, Julie. See you tomorrow. I was going to go to my first birthday party in Houston, and I was happy. On the day of Shoko's birthday party, I was so excited. I wanted to look great. Mom, what am I going to wear? Did she say that you had to dress any particular way? No, actually, she didn't say, but I think I want to wear something simple. but oh, I don't know what to wear. Julie, don't complicate things. Just wear a dress. Oh, Mommy, I don't know what I would do without you. Julie, hurry up so you can get there early and enjoy your first party. You know that here everything is always done on a schedule for arriving and leaving. When Shoko opened the door, I said, Shoko, happy birthday. Thanks, Julie. Come in. I want to introduce you to my mother. Mom, this is Julie. Welcome, Julie. It's a pleasure to meet you. Shoko has told me a lot about you. I know you study together and that you learned English very quickly. Well, the truth is, it hasn't been so quick. I've had to study a lot. Good work. I hope you and my daughter are friends for a long time. Oh, thank you. I hope so too. Life here in the United States is not what I expected. When I got to Houston, I thought that everything was going to be different, that I would quickly make friends, and that my skin color and language would not be a problem. I never imagined that I would meet people who would reject me outright and not even say hello to me. Despite this, I was able to show all of them that they shouldn't judge anyone and that we have to get rid of prejudices, hate, and divisions based on color because we all have the same opportunities to succeed. I also discovered that sometimes the best of friends are the ones you least expect. Acknowledgements. I would like to thank my parents, Rita and Alfredo Gallegos, for giving me the peace and tranquility that I need. They reprimand me when I do something wrong. When I feel sad, I hear words of encouragement from them. In their arms, I can cry whenever I need to, and with them, I can share my happiness. In addition, I thank my siblings, Alfredo and Melissa, who, despite being young, always understand and support me. I would also like to thank Pinata Books for believing in me and giving me the opportunity to publish this book. The end.